What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Teen Mom 2 star Kailyn Lowry has officially accused her baby daddy, Chris Lopez, of having a girlfriend, but he's coming out and claiming that he doesn't have one. The whole thing is, confusing to say the very least. She didn't have that much tea in either one of her podcasts this week, so I'm going to be combining the two of them into this one video, and we're going to start off with Baby Mama's No Dramas podcast. So at the very beginning of the episode, she talked about how she was playing cops and robbers with her son Lincoln and some other kids as well, I think Lex, and Lincoln was running so hard, not paying attention, and he smashed face first into the couch, and his nose started bleeding profusely for over 20 minutes, I believe it was, and so she had to rush him to the ER to, make sure that everything was okay. According to Kail, Javi always has nosebleeds, and that was something that Lincoln inherited from him. So, at first it wasn't like the most shocking thing in the world for him to have a nosebleed, but when it just kept on going and going and gushing, she realized that she needed to get some help for him at the ER. But, thankfully everything is going quite well with him now. And then she actually reveals a little bit of a sad story about how her relationship with Javi bleeds into her relationship with Lincoln sometimes. So you guys know how whenever Kail is not happy with one of her baby daddies, they go into some kind of like an ice out session between one another where they just don't speak to each other. Well, she's saying that Lincoln is so close to Javi, like he really looks up to Javi, almost worships Javi. I guess Lincoln can be described as a daddy's boy. So whenever they're into that kind of a mood where Javi is not talking to Kail, Lincoln models that behavior as well. So he'll be really short with Kail and avoid talking to her as much as possible. Like he'll start ignoring her as well. And of course, that hurts her feelings. And she had to choke back tears as she was describing what would go on sometimes between the two of them. And I hope that that is a little bit of an inspiration to her to not continue on with that sort of behavior in front of her children, because it's very obvious that they are absorbing it. Maybe the other ones don't act the same way, but they still are absorbing and understanding what is going on whenever she's in that kind of like a stronghold with her baby daddies. And last but not least, towards the end of the episode, she reiterates her stance against dating men with children, saying, listen, I've got 4 kids, 3 baby daddies. I get along well with you, V, but I don't get along with Lauren, and I don't even talk to Chris's significant other, kind of like throwing him under the bus for having a girlfriend, which is quite interesting because on his podcast, Chris has been quite adamant about not dating right now and like spending Valentine's Day with his mom. So, of course, he didn't take too kindly to her putting out those sorts of accusations, without his consent. And so he went online and denied having a girlfriend. Watermelon has a video of that. I'm going to link you to it down below so you can check out his live. But, I'm kind of curious about which one of them is telling the truth. In my opinion, they're both liars. So it's hard to know which one is telling the truth in this particular instance. I think that I am inclined to believe Kail at this point. Yes, I think Chris is probably just gaslighting her. He has been trying to have a lot of conversations about dating, when it's right to introduce someone to your child. So, if this is true that he's got this girlfriend, I'm pretty sure Kail could expect for her to start meeting Lex and Creed around the 6-month mark. And knowing Kail, she's going to have a meltdown and try to prevent that by any means necessary. So it's going to be quite interesting to watch that play out on the upcoming seasons of Teen Mom 2. Now, moving into her Coffee Convos podcast, again, not much going on, but she did admit that she did have COVID last year, and it was in response to a lot of the backlash that she receives for, going here, there, everywhere, being maskless, her children being maskless in the middle of a pandemic. So someone told her that getting tested doesn't make her immune, because that was her defense before, that she gets tested 3 times a week, and she says, no, SHIT, it doesn't. But at least if I get it, when I get it, like I had it last year, I know almost immediately, and I can quarantine and do this and that accordingly. And, I agree with her on that stance. I do think that she's doing too much right now, but at the same time, she's getting tested more than, 99, if not 100% of the people criticizing her. So it is weird to watch people be so down her throat about what it is that she does. But on the other instance, like I said, she is doing too much for, the seriousness, the gravity of what we're going through right now. And number 2, she's dumb for even posting it online. If you don't like people having an opinion about the decisions you're making, stop posting online. It really is that simple. You don't have to post your every single move. you know, like it's a double-edged sword when it comes to that sort of a thing. Anyway, you guys, that does it. A recap of what went down on both the Baby Mamas No Dramas podcast and the Coffee Convos podcast this week. But as usual, I'm more interested in hearing what you have to say about everything. So please make sure to let me know all of your thoughts and opinions about what happened. Do you believe that Kris has a girlfriend? Was Kail lying? How do you feel about her talking about, you know, I get tested 3 times a week. I'm better off than you guys. Leave me alone. Get off my jock. Make sure to let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.